Hinshara Habeeb, a 25-year-old proud entrepreneur hailing from Kerala who completed a graduation from Christ College, then went on to work at Deloitte for a year. Now, she is the founder of Manetain Store, a one-stop destination for all your curly hair needs, which bagged a 75 lakh investment at Shark Tank of late. So, when you were standing where you're standing today, all tall and proud, could you just walk me through the journey of how this whole idea took a shape and a form is where what it is today?
Definitely. So growing up, I had curly hair, and which I obviously didn't like, and I remember complaining about it throughout my life. And when I reached 11th grade, I remember without telling my mum, I lied, and then I went into a salon and got smoothing done, and I felt like that was the biggest achievement of my life back then. And it also gave me a kind of wrong confidence, I would say. Like, it felt like you had to depend on something or be somebody else, to truly accept yourself. So I did, go ahead with straightening for the next couple of years, like 3 years. And then I realized the kind of damage it had on my hair. And fortunately enough, when I was doing an internship in Dubai, I got to meet somebody who had lovely curly hair. And being me and the talkative me, I went up to her and I asked her, what do you do for your hair? Whatever it is, please help me out. I want to learn. And then that's how she told me about something called the curly girl method.
Yeah.
Now, this is actually a book written by a US hairstylist. Her name is Lorraine Massey. Now, this book has a detailed instruction on how to take care of your textured hair. So textured will be like wavy, curly, kinky, coily hair. And this basically tells you the ingredients that need to be avoided, how to take care of it post hair care wash. So it has everything. This is like your go-to book.
Okay.
And I remember reading about it because for the first time I knew that there is something catering to my kind of hair. That itself was like a big, happy news for me. And back when I came back to India, I realized there were no products catering to curly hair. But fortunately enough, I was able to join a group, a WhatsApp group, where I also met my current business partner. And this group had like less than 50 of us with all the same problem. We all grew up hating our curly hair and we wanted to do something about it. And US was already in the forefront with all of these products and what kind of, stylers to use. And we used to pull in and order them together, split the import duty, and then we kind of grew as a community.
Okay.
So the whole idea definitely came because of the confidence, like wearing my natural hair, that gave me.
Right.
And yeah, so that's how Manetain was born.
So we are in this age of digitalization where we have a place to present our views and ideas. So being a part of our same generation, how would you introduce Manetain as a brand to me? Talk to me or walk me through the best-selling products that's part of Manetain.
There. So, if you go to our Instagram page, what we really try doing is not just sell our products outright to you. What we try doing is show them what the real movement is about, or show them how to really fall in love with your hair. So it's not done with a direct product-oriented way. Like, in fact, both of us are brand ambassadors of the brand. So you'll see us doing these funny videos, engage with the community, because we are the first brand that came out of the curly hair community in India. So we really focus on that USP quite a lot. And so if you talk about my bestsellers, my conditioner is called the Oh So Strong Conditioner. Now, this conditioner has a specific ingredient called phytokeratin, which very closely mimics our hair protein. Now, conditioner is like the most important product in this entire routine. And it's also India's first multi-purpose conditioner. So it can be used as a 3-in-1 product. It can be used as a conditioner, as a mask, as well as a curl cream. So it's like, rather than buying three products, you can just go for this one product.
Cool.
And then we also have India's first co-wash. It's a conditioning wash. It's like a shampoo. It replaces the job of that, especially for people with coarser hair like mine. We cannot wash our hair very frequently. Even if we use a sulfate-free shampoo, it will still dry out our hair. So that is when a co-wash comes into the picture. And it doesn't foam at all. But our conditioner has ingredients like peppermint and neem, which really ensures that it cleanses your scalp without drying out your hair. That is
the key.
Yeah.
Initially, she used to struggle. She had a 9-step hair care routine. But now when you told me there's a product that carries 3-in-1, you don't have to go through the pain, because there's a lot of stigma or a lot of talk saying that even if you try to love your curly hair, the process
very
is really
complicated.
difficult. When you're coming into this whole niche marketing thing, which everybody at first is like, is this going to work? So how was convincing your family into this, or was it like a very easy path to take?
I would say
Because
they
sorry to
kind of thought
interrupt.
I was crazy.
Yeah, because you were working at Deloitte. So that
For sure. So I had discovered the entire method of how to, get my hair to the nice curls that I'm talking about in college itself. So I used to like buy all these products, whatever pocket money they used to give me, I used to save up and just buy these products, because back in the day it was very, very expensive. And buying these international products, like one shampoo itself is like 2,500, and then you need like a gel. So the entire set would cost around 10K. So what you do is, thankfully, there were enough.
So I know all of us are really interested to know how you got into Shark Tank, how the whole process was it, and how has it helped you? So how was that experience? How did you get into it? How did you feel being there? Was it more of a nervous, or were you like a proud parent trying to bring out your brand to the world?
So the story about Shark Tank, I mean, I knew about Shark Tank, the US version and the international version, but the Indian version was in Hindi. So Yuba, being in Bombay, she loved watching Shark Tank season 1, and she was hooked to it, and she was like, this is the platform where we need to talk about it, because what are we trying to do? We're trying to encourage more people to fall in love with their hair, and what better platform than a TV? So, but even though like I had suffered a personal loss in my family, and post that I was just coming out of the shell, and it was a little difficult to really think about talking about such a huge story in such a huge platform. But still, I went with it because of how convincing she is, and the bigger picture was the most important thing. And we kept at it. There were 3 rounds, so we kept applying. There was a documentation round. Then we got a call back to make a 3-minute pitch video asking us what is the business about, what is the problem you're solving, what is your ask. And then that also got selected, and then we were called to the Bangalore audition, where they, I think, check your camera presence. So they had like people from the Sony team acting as the sharks, and they used to ask us questions. Basically, you're pitching to them, and then they give you a review sort of a thing, and then they only tell you, please expect a call before December 22. If you don't get a call post that, consider yourself rejected. Like there's no other information that's going to come out, which is really scary. So up until the Sony team round, all was good, and then we waited, and fortunately enough, we got the call asking us to come to Yash Raj Film Studios for the final shoot. And there was a 3-day prep in Bombay itself, where the team actually preps you, helps you understand the environment. And on the day of the final shoot is when you actually see the set. So before that, you get to see a glimpse of the set, but the whole set looks so different with lit up and all those sharks sitting there, and they actually seem like bigger than what you see them on screen. But yeah, it was a very overwhelming experience. As founders also, we have really grown from, it was shot in September and it released only in Feb. So there was a bit of waiting, a lot of anxious feeling coming, overwhelming feeling, and then, but the learnings have been amazing. Good or bad, we took it with full confidence that we have to work upon these things, but we knew that, the confidence that we got for our brand, something like this exists. And when such big people like these sharks have achieved a lot of things, when they validate your brand and give you funding based on that, that was such a big win.
So finally, if I had to ask you, I know a lot of things might have changed throughout this whole journey, but if I had to ask you, what do you think are the major things that have changed vis-a-vis your sales and marketing? Manetain as a family or as a brand has changed before and after Shark Tank.
So before Shark Tank, since we were from the first brand from the community, we always had that upper hand. But in terms of scaling, obviously we're both not from a pharmaceutical background or like, purely in this segment. So we were literally learning on the job always. So there are mistakes that we make, and we take, we relook at the mistakes, take the important key points from that, and then rework on all of that. So that's how we kept at it. And obviously after Shark Tank, the spike was huge, like, the kind of inquiries. And as I mentioned before, because we are from the community, we had, even though we have competitors in this community trying to do the same thing,
Yeah.
all of them supported, like all of
Oh,
them
wow.
reached out,
That's
they posted about us, and they said that this is such a big win for the Indian curly wavy hair community.
sure,
So,
definitely.
that kind of representation is like a childhood dream.
Of course.
So, yeah, it has been great. Touch wood.